Hey there, how's it going, weirdos? Everybody, I have some updates. It has to happen. It's another week, so it's another Ride of the Movie updates. Big thanks and props to everybody who came out to the Sidekick show. Morgan and I doing our first live in-person show together. There is going to be more of those, especially one on April 1st in Kingston at Daft Brewery. So I hope we'll see somebody there, hopefully. But what's important to tell everyone is that Terriblefest is almost here. It's so close. Let's see, what announcement should I get into? First, I should talk about 3 short films that have been added to the show. We added late things to the show. We already made our announcement on New Year's Day what was going to be the lineup, but I added more stuff. Check out on Terriblefest.com for the full list of the features that are playing as well as the shorts. But what I will get around to adding this week on there, and they will get their weird snotty lanyards or whatever you call those things in their email very soon. But these 3 fine weirdos will be added to the short film spectacular event on the 26th. Because remember, Terriblefest is March 24th, 25th, and 26th. Well, on the 26th at 7:30ish, so show up at 7 to get a comfy seat, is going to be almost 2 hours of short films. And then we end the festival with Xanadu Hellfire, and we should be done around 11:30. Yeah, gonna be a wild ride, folks. But the 3 things we're adding are, number 1 is going to be Matt Cannon's short film Open House. Open House is part of an anthology of another film, but this is why I held off on it. 1, Matt's been in our stuff before. Hexercise was involved with Matt, so, try to get more people in it. And part of the fact that it's part of another film, and it's just a short from it. But it was the very first thing that was ever sent to us when we opened up the Film Freeway account. Since the other 5 years, I've never done that. So that was almost like a year ago. So the amount of things that have changed since then, and my ability to forget, I just thought, you know what, it's Matt. We love Matt. We love his stuff. So let's put it in there. So it's going to start off the short event with Matt's. When we played Hexercise, we did the online event during 2021, like the craziest moments of COVID. So sadly, though, if you want to see it, you are going to have to get to Eyesore before 7:30 if you're going to see Open House, because we're only doing this one in person. We're making this year's Terriblefest special by only being in the theater. Therefore, meaning we're going to do a lot of stuff online throughout the rest of the year to make up for that, so don't worry. The second one is an artist called Bavy, and her short that is called White Hot American Pussy, which is very weird for me to even say out loud. I feel very funny even saying that, which might have been one of the reasons I held off on it. It's also like 2 minutes of perhaps some of the most annoying sounds you've ever heard. But then I thought, controversial, annoying, weird, short. That's perfect for us. Why did I let it pass? Well, it was in my short list. So at the Sidekicks live event that we did, Morgan and I played some of the shorts that I had given a pass on, like 2 or 3 of them, and let people give their thumbs up. And I gave a couple who were in the front of the audience who had never been to any of my stuff, who just happened to be at Sidekicks and watch the show, and made them give the choice, and they give the thumbs up. And then everybody else clapped, so it means that those who show up at the fest get to see Baby's short as well. I'll actually post a link for it because they have it on their YouTube, but I'll wait till then, so that if you guys who need something to do at home while the rest of us are in Toronto enjoying it, you can have something to witness too. And the third one, this one I love. This is Joe Pickett's short documentary called Everything I Learned When My House Burned Down. Joe Pickett, not the guy from the TV show called that, or the books called that, but Joe Pickett, the guy from VCR Party Live, Found Footage Festival, and his bizarre short film about a comedian, writer who deals with their life change after their house burns down. Say no more. Super excited to be able to play that, and you're gonna love it. Not just for the Melindas out there, but if Melindas do show up at Terriblefest, let me know. I've still got some special Melinda's only free giveaway buttons. Speaking of free buttons giving away, I will have on our button selections that people get to buy for $1, all those other buttons. There will be some Steve Barquette buttons, RIP. A bunch of you will get some for free, though, of him, because, alas, legend of Empire in the Dark, Steve passed away this week, which was amazing that I got to reach out to his daughter and talk to her, and I sent them a bunch of the buttons. I just put those in the mail today, so they'll be getting those, surprisingly, with their dad's face on them from one of the funnier moments in Empire of the Dark. Steve, a creator of passion projects from the era of Jim Warnowski and Fred Olen Ray, he was friends with them. You'll see him as bit parts in things like Dinosaur Island and stuff like that. Also from their own film that they made called Aftermath. Inspiration for wackadoos like me to I just want to do this film. What, nobody else thinks it's a good idea? I'm going to do it anyway. Love it. And thank you, Steve, for everything you did for us. Empire of the Dark, one of my absolute all-time favorites. Yeah, so what I want to talk about, though, with films that I gave on my short list that did not end up in Terriblefest. I mentioned on the WWWOOoooo podcast at one point movies that I passed up on that you can now enjoy. So if you want to watch some things that I did not choose but came as a runner-up, you guys at home who can't make it to the fest, you can watch those films at home because a chunk of them are now on Tubi. One of them being Ninja Moon Showdown, a completely no-budget bunch of friends making a faux kung fu movie out of South Africa. Kevin Singh and his other groups of his buddies working together with that. Pretty long though. I think it is. I think that might be why I eventually did not choose it. Then there's also Trash Juice. That just ended up on Tubi. You know, I was really bloody close to that. That's a weird sort of anthology. It's like my Amityville Outhouse meets a more decent trauma film. I mean, you're always going to be better than mine. Mine are from this wackadoo. But that's Doug Woe, I believe the director's name is pronounced. Trash Juice just recently uploaded on there, so totally worth checking out. It's wild, offensive to some extent, so beware, but it's Terriblefest. You know, it's weird. I actually try to not be that offensive. I'm actually kind of a wuss when it comes to this kind of things. But we're definitely always going to be a little controversial. Along with another one that you can watch called Halloween Heroes. It is a family movie about kids who fight an evil that comes to town on Halloween. But the movie's religious. I feel like it's one of those hedge fund guys who just, got a bunch of grandmas to give money with their side job or whatever, and then their local church, and then they made a bunch of films. This guy's made a couple that have had very American Christian messages in it. That doesn't have it overwhelmingly in the movie, though. I just know that it does, and so therefore it was like, no, that's not my thing. Those are pretty fun to watch, though. I gotta admit, as a bad movie lover, they're pretty fun to watch. So no hate, just that's why it wasn't in the festival. But it is there for you to make your decision and to watch it on your own time on Tubi, totally free. Because as B-movie fans, we love Tubi, don't we? Absolutely. Two other ones that you cannot watch on Tubi yet, and I don't think will be released by the time Terriblefest has happened. Slaughter Beach and All Your Friends Are Dead. They're both released on SRS Video, SRS Cinema, whatever you want to call them. Guys who are past winners. Ron Bonk, the guy who runs SRS, made 2 films of his own, She Kills and House Shark, and they or past winners of Terriblefest over the years. But they'll be releasing these indie films on their label and getting them out to people and in some stores in the coming months. So I'm glad that that's going to happen. All Your Friends Are Dead and Slaughter Beach. They're both, All Your Friends Are Dead is like, friends go out into the woods, some of the serial killer in the woods kind of thing, but with a twist, kind of a, I don't want to say a Tucker and Dale type twist, but sort of, I guess, if anything to compare it to. Slaughter Beach is a more higher wacky comedy, but still done as a slasher concept, of course, on a beach. We've been there. We know these stereotypes. They're playing it, and they're aware of that. If you like one, you'll like the other. So I advise check them out. Check out the trailers for that. And if you are a fan of SRS releases, the ones that they don't make themselves, you're gonna like these. And if you like one, you will like the other. So again, please check them out because I feel bad that I didn't choose them. Yeah, there's only so much time we have. It used to be terrible 2 days. Now we're terrible 3 days. I don't get sponsors for these. I do it myself. That's why I'm broke as anything. I just did a pre-order for the Dead Visions Productions release, and I paid to get a Swabian Granny Gore Terror, Granny Gore Terror, that's what it was, yes. The one that won last year at the German film that won last year's terrible 2-day fest. Now, of course, we're just Terriblefest Toronto, because who knows how many days we might be, how many spin-off events we might do, and how many wackier things we might do. And I'm just glad that's all connecting people as a family, because Dead Visions made Freak. They won the 2021, and now they released North American-wise the 2022 winner from Germany. Great. It's great how we all work together like this. Wonderful. Okay, let me correct myself on that. I did say that I don't do sponsors. It's all me. I get myself broke, whatever, for it, and I do. And I've picked up a lot of giveaways and raffle prizes, as well as all the other stuff to make things happen, and also help back up and support the scene involved with all this stuff too. But I've been very lucky this year to have some incredibly cool people giving us stuff to give away as well. So, number one, Deadly Grounds Coffee. You guys know it. You love them. You know who they are. Deadly Grounds Coffee. They're sending me something in the mail this week. They haven't told me what, but we're going to give it away to a lucky person at Terriblefest during either the raffles or in the giveaways, depending what it is. We'll see. They're extremely helpful. The family that works and runs the both Sidekick and Little Ghost books. Also, Collective is going to give us a bag of stuff, so we'll see what great wacky toys and stickers and cards and wacky things come from them. Again, Eyesore Cinema in general, where I do stuff for them, they do stuff for me, but in general they have given a big deal to me this year, because they've given me 3 days. Just given me these 3 days to do this, so hopefully we'll make them something in the long run as well. Get some payback for them. The guys from Crawley's sent us a big box of mini comic books. Joe Sherlock, Film Underground Madman Extraordinaire, sent us a big box full of all the zines and some other swag to give away, so that's awesome, incredible, great. Thank you guys so much. Expect other things coming up too, but yeah, big props to the people who have been helping us. Hope you've been watching some of the other videos that I've been posting as I watch the monster and the robot. No, the robot is the monster. It's the monster and the ape. I always forget that. I want to call him monkey instead of monster. But the weird serials we've been playing as I interview people who are involved in Terriblefest and some of our other close friends. There will be more parts to that coming up, so hang in there. As well as a special TV legend guest coming up very, very soon. Yeah, so, you know what? I should do some happy birthdays. I don't do that enough. This month's crazy for people in the family. 2 days ago was Robert Hoffman's birthday, so happy birthday, Robert Hoffman, you wacky manic man. We'll see him on the show more often. Happy birthday this coming week to Julia from at Drink My Mug, that we does a lot of stuff with our fan base as a Patreon, and they have their birthday coming up, and we'll be doing a screening party for them on Saturday at Eyesore, so playing Dracula Dead and loving it. So come on by there. Also, Aaron, the number 2 biggest fan of Right at the Movies,
bonjour!
Right at the Movies, they lost the competition for number 1 against Devlin, but Aaron has their birthday coming up this month too, so again, we'll be doing a screening at Eyesore Cinema for them. They chose Death to Smoochie, so you can come and hang out and watch that with them too. So happy birthday there. Happy birthday to Chelsea Needs, I think today. Happy birthday to you. You were in our first movie ever that we made ourselves, first Personal Space Invader. Hopefully we'll get you up here in something again in the future, or if you'll come out and we'll have a big event later this year for the 10th anniversary of Right at the Movie Films. Yeah, it's crazy. 10 years. Anyway, we got so much to celebrate. We'll see you in like 2 weeks at Terriblefest. You know what I often do? You've probably been watching the videos I posted where I trade cards with Miles. We talk about other geeky things in general. And often I drink weird drinks. So my girlfriend stopped by a store and got one of the new flavors of Coke, and it already smells awful. It's Move. The transformation flavor, pro transformation for everybody, and it smells like chalk candy and potpourri. It's like this flowery candy that it adds to them. No, it has a secondary flavor after you taste Coke for a second, and maybe a bit of Dr. Pepper, and then into this medicine-y taste. No, like, there was Dream before, and then there was like Starlight the year before that. I've not liked any of those Cokes, and I'm a huge Coke fan. I'm a Coke fiend. Forget your Cocaine Bear. Make sure to come out on the 25th for Cocaine Snorting Crabs from Outer Space. That plays right after the Crawley short and Killer Chickens from Outer Space at the movie. Gonna rinse it down with a Sprite Cherry I've been drinking. I'm enjoying that though. Yeah, WOC having one of their live streams on the 23rd. That's the day before Terriblefest. Check that out. I'll be there. Mike from They Might Be Movies will be there too. So we'll see you online then. And let me know, because broke as a skunk on the street, and I've spent more money for the event while not working this last couple of months. And so I'm thinking of doing like a really long live video where we'll do it like the... what do you call those things? Not a telethon. I guess a telethon's kind of right, but I really want to homage like the Home Shopping Network. We'll sell some weird t-shirts. Not this one. This is mine. But, you know, I just always wear white weird t-shirts. So I'll make some weird t-shirts. And we'll sell some of those. We'll do little funny things, play some clips, whatever. And you'll just hang out and chat and tell me some nonsense stuff. We'll do that in the future. But for now, get your passes. You only got one more week to get your passes. $6.66 for all 3 days and all 6 movies of Terriblefest 6. The 24th, 25th, 26th, this month, Eyesore Cinema, downtown Toronto. I hope I'll see you guys there. Stay awesome, stay weird. Woo!